Okay, I think I'm live. Guess we'll see if I get any viewers at this time at night. And let me get my monitor going here. Let's see here. Test monitor. Test. Is this working? Okay, there we go. Getting sound. Little streamception there. Just using my old phone as a stream monitor. I'll see if anyone else even joins. But yeah, I'm just down in the workshop, kind of cleaning the workbench. Figured I'd stream, because I would like to make live streams, maybe, I don't know, a semi-regular part of the channel. They'll probably be kind of random. I mess around with electronics too. But yeah, until anyone else joins, this is just going to be me rambling. No one's probably going to see this. This stream's going to be private, so. Let's see here. It says one person is viewing it. It says it was liked. Thanks to whoever liked the stream. Let's see here. Can I view chat? Okay, it should pop up on the screen. Yeah, it says, well, one of the people is my phone. Hey, someone's watching. Okay. Hello, viewer. In fact, let me get the tripod set up. Oh, I have 3 viewers now. Wow. Well, 2 viewers. Gotta find where I put the tripod. Let's see here. Over here. Okay. If I get enough people on here, then I can do a little live workshop tour. Oh, hey there, Eric Freeze. Tripod. Yes, dehumidifiers. Multiple dehumidifiers, actually. Oh, the Super Fan Man. Hey, what's up? Sorry, workshop's kind of messy. Put y'all on the tripod for a second. I gotta go do something quick. I'll be back. Hopefully this doesn't fall. Okay, I'll be back, guys. Okay, folks, I'm back. Let me check chat and make sure I didn't miss any messages. If I can, actually. I can do that. Okay, there we go. Dropped down to 2 viewers, apparently. I've noticed the stream latency is kind of big, but deal with that. There's some projects right there, actually. Well, this purple one works. And this one on the end works. The blue one and that one do not need work. Blown thermal fuses. Pretty typical. Yes. Here's some of the upcoming projects. And here, and this is very behind the scenes. Some of these probably won't get videos, but I've got the HV12WR, this Frigid here, one of the 5-blade ones. Kind of a generic high velocity fan. And a 1972 Lasco Galaxy? It's missing the sticker, so not quite sure, but 72, model 2715 or something like that. It has rounded corners. I haven't seen one like it. And that fan belongs to Eric, and I do in fact have D-blades here that I'm going to be experimenting with fixing the warpage on. There's the other part of the workshop. It's more the hangout. TVs. Fluorescent lights. Yeah, they would, actually. As far as the D-blade goes, I do like the wagon wheel style one. Looks pretty cool, and then obviously the first gen style plastic blade looks pretty neat as well. There's the original plastic grill to the Frigid. It's in rough shape. Toastmaster grill here are for the Galaxy. Yeah, this is my little, I guess, fan project cellar. Just a little kind of room off in the basement. I'm gonna be putting shelving up in there soon. But yeah, fluorescent lights, vacuum tube, equipment, salvage, storage. Here's my fresh ender. And some various heaters. And yeah, it's a mess down here. That's another project, Lakewood Model 101. I remember seeing these things on Don't Mind the Broken Screen. That was from a phone repair that I did. I remember these 101s as a kid. I didn't really take too much of an interest in fans, really, when I was a kid. But I always remembered seeing the brace blade box fans in Windows. They always kind of stuck out to me. So, glad I have one. That's upcoming project. This one here is getting it first, though. This is I almost called it a Lakewood. No, this is a Duracraft 10-inch box fan. So there'll be a pre-restoration inspection on that, hopefully here soon. There was a video on this thing which ended up not turning out, unsurprisingly. I don't know if y'all remember the patent, but Spoiler, I did get this thing going. I need to make a video of it. Really cool startup on that thing. There's unit bearing motor fans, which are accumulating dangerously quick. And yeah, just some of my other collection. So Westinghouse Deluxe there, GEW12 first gen, I think. My 90, I think it's a 94 or 95 Lasko Air King box fan, then an old Lasko window fan. Yeah, I probably am going to film the Duracraft tonight, actually. I'll probably start on it. I should live stream working on a fan at some point, too. In fact, maybe I will. Work on one of these things. I'll do this one. I want to save the blue cool colors for a video. And I already have a project, I'll just start another one. Oh, I don't know if y'all have seen my workbench totally either. I have a belt drive bench grinder that I all rigged up and vise here. Yeah, maybe I'll work on this fan for a little bit. It's kind of just a random test stream, so yeah. I think I have the multimeter over here so I can do some diagnostics. Let me get the tripod set up quick. So, gives you a towel. Yeah, as I said before, oh jeez, hopefully I can make these streams kind of a regular thing. I think that would be kind of fun. Oh, maybe I could do Twitch too. I know that's more for gaming, but I could probably make something work. I know there's some watchmaking channels on Twitch, actually. Oh, hey, Mike. Yes, the almighty 3733. It's 8,000 CFM. It's the best box fan there is. Much better than, say, my Emerson or this Audemars. Or those Lakewoods. Definitely better than those. Superior. It's the best fan, of course. That's why I have so many of them. Finished cleaning this, but yeah, I wasn't expecting to stream tonight. I was kind of thought, why the heck not? The Billy Fall special, yeah. And let's see here. In fact, I can use the light on this phone here. This is an iPhone 6S. This is my old phone. Yeah, it's looking pretty crusty in there. This has the, I think it's a Sagitта motor, so this one's the one that's going to have the nice startup sound to it, as they do. My purple one here has it, actually, and I can demonstrate that quick. So I'm like all over here. Get my extension cord and plug it in. There we go. So yeah, this has the Sagitta motor, and that's a common characteristic of that motor is the big capacitor and the white coil formers instead of the black ones. In fact, I should have a junk Here we go. Now the Glory motors have the black coil former, and what I'm talking about is the plastic part that the coils are wrapped around and then shoved onto the stator. Yeah, I'll start this thing up here. Lie this down because it'll probably get blown over. Oh, well, helps if I take the cord out of there. So yeah, these have a nice motor whine to them. And it's only the Sagittal ones, the Supreme motors, the Glory motors, the Pro motors, those don't make really any noise. Okay, let's see what we can do with this thing. Let me also clean up my workbench just a little bit more. I'm in the process of totally cleaning and revamping the workshop, so yeah, it's not the cleanest. I know I keep saying that, but yep. Let's see here. Let me check on the time. Okay, it's 10:15 right now. So I'll probably try to go until around 11 and then call it quits. I may stop a bit earlier or a bit later, depending. The fans I use around my workshop, I use a wind machine, one of the modern ones. I use a Mainstays 9-inch high velocity fan. That thing circulates air around the basement. In fact, it's over here by my fluorescent light stash. Well, the other one. And this one I modified with a PSC motor. Single speed, on off. I pitched the blades steeper. I want to work on them a bit more because their profile isn't quite right, but it does work. So yeah, 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off from 10 in the morning to 11 at night, apparently. And there's the wind machine. And I also occasionally use this one. I need to do a video on it. This is a custom Frankenstein using the internals from a Markel box fan that was trashed. Two-speed reversible with thermostat, and I added a pilot light as well. Pretty cool unit. Grab the diagnostic tools. Got the fluke. In fact, I think the knob that's on that I stole off of this one. I have to borrow it back quick to ensure this is definitely not functional, which I already know it doesn't work. Another characteristic these Sagitta motors have, ironically, is that I'm pretty sure they're the most prone to their thermal fuses going out early. Put this on there. And I'll plug it in and just ensure that it isn't working. If I can get the polarity right. Stone dead, just as expected. So I'm almost betting it's the thermal fuse. I might still go ahead and check continuity across the fuse on this, but I almost guarantee it's not thermal fuse or the fused plug. Oh, yeah, this thing's seen better days. I hope to improve the lighting here shortly, because I know it's a little dark and shadowy. I'm going to be putting a light, take this back out of the tripod. So I have these two lights here, F32 T8 fluorescent lights, and I want to put another shop light here, and then we have air ducts, which do look pretty cool with the bends in them, but makes the ceiling clearance very low. So I'll stick a shop light there. And hopefully that will resolve some of the lighting issues. And that shop light actually probably might get a video of its own too, because believe it or not, it's a Lakewood product. Yes, you heard that right. A Lakewood shop light. In my opinion, it's pretty cool. I mean, they were Lakewood, I think, metal products, so it makes sense that they'd branch out. I know they make Christmas tree stands as well, which is stranger than a shop light. But yeah. This is my first stream, so it's gonna be a bit awkward, but hopefully I can improve them as time goes on. There's the blade, and yeah, it spins free. So, most likely thermal fuse. See if I can get this off. Be a bit out of frame. There we go. Came off without too much of a fight. I think these are polypropylene. I think the whole, I think it's polypropylene at least, the guards and blades. I think even the motor shroud is. In fact, it is. Let's see here if I can zoom in. Oh, I can. Cool. Okay. Well, polypropylene. And sorry for all the zooming, but yeah. Sagitta motor. Sorry about my finger, it's a little gruesome. Got crushed in between my bike brake and a milk carton. Don't ask how that happened. Yeah, I would start work on the Duracraft, but I didn't film a pre-restoration inspection beforehand. So, this fan it is. I wasn't going to do a video on this one, so stream material it is. premature failure, that's for sure. At least the motors have a nice startup sound, although, yeah, doesn't... Frankly honest, you'd be more worried about the longevity of a product than liking it for how it sounds. All that being said, though, you know, all the hate these fans get, I will say I don't mind the 3733. They're okay. I probably would never buy one, but for coming off the curb for free, I mean, don't mind if I do. I don't think I missed a screw. No, I didn't. The guard's just stuck because the case is warped. Very warped, apparently. Incredibly warped. Okay, there we go. A few dust bunnies. I've seen much worse. That wind machine, the one I use around my shop, it was completely blocked up in the motor in it. Actually, the motor was this one here, and this one's actually burnt up, like the windings are burnt. Bypassed the thermal fuse, and it shot sparks out when I powered it up, so that was exciting. Luckily, that doesn't look that bad. Granted, you can't see anything because the lighting is horrible. Pull the knob off, if I can. There we go. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, hell, they even sell replacement parts for these things on their website, which is quite frankly amazing in today's market, I guess you would say. So yeah, granted, no one's gonna spend the money to repair one of these things. But yeah, they're okay. I mean, I could see one of these lasting, I don't know, a good 50 years of taking care of. Because you have the older box fans with the plastic grills, and those things have been kicking around for half a century. So, well, I could see this. I think the polypropylene will hold up better over time. I think that's what the guards on the Robeson box fans are made of. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's vinyl. I know the Torcans have vinyl grills, I think. I could also be wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, oh. Hit that on the air duct. Let's see, what year is this from? 22. 21 to 22. And already Left 4 Dead, basically. Cool. Well, that's your name there, Sagita. I think that's how you say it. I'm just saying how I think it's pronounced. I'm not quite sure. And your big capacitor, which, yeah, I think they're 8 microfarad. Yep, 8 microfarad plus or minus 5%. And the capacitor is from February of 2022. So yeah, this thing's just over 2 years old. You can see, I mean, this motor really isn't that badly blocked up. It's a little dusty, but I think the thermal fuses in these just like to go prematurely. I think I've heard that from other people too, so. Yeah, seems to hold true in my experience. Would you buy one new if it was $16 again? Possibly. I mean, considering I get them off the curb for free, I'm a little biased. And I have all my vintage fans as well. Although I do like using these as well because you can beat them around. You don't have to worry about, see, it's like quote unquote hurting your vintage fans. And good, everything is staying in frame. And yep, there's your polypurpling designation again. So I guess 5 would be polypurpling. So yeah, the blade is polypurpling. That's at 5 as well. And the guards would be too. So yeah. And I'm sure everyone watching knows this, but the way these things work and the reason why they have this big old ring here is to help guide motor for the air. Guide air for the motor in conjunction with this little baffle here. Helps pull it in through the motor. And then, this acts like a centrifugal blower wheel. Pulls in through here and then it kind of shoots the air off to the side where it then gets pulled through that way. And I think this big old guard here and the big circle there kind of keeps the air directed, so it either goes through the motor or it goes around it and just through the blades. Either or. Well, 4 live stream viewers, that's not bad, especially for this time at night. And me having, how many subs do I have? 229. Yeah, that's not bad at all, actually. So yeah, thanks for all you viewers sticking around. It's appreciated. There we go. So yeah, it's a little gunked up, but I mean, really, it is not that bad. That's the front of the motor. But yeah, you can see the white coil former. It's another telltale sign. So yeah, we got a little bit of dust buildup. And I'm not the biggest fan of this design in general. I really like more of the, I guess you'd say, traditionally wound motors, where you have a traditional looking stator and the windings are all wrapped around that with like fish paper and then tied with string like this. And yeah, I'm sure you can see this this motor was found in the forest. But yeah, like this. The coils are able to breathe better, I think. You know, when they're trapped in all this plastic, you have all the wires tied on top of them. You have these very small air gaps. That's just waiting to overheat. Okay, now I can get access to these wires through here, so I'm going to do a continuity check. And it would probably, the fuse side would be live, which is, I think, the skinny prong. So, it'll be the wire with the black or gray stripe running down it. So we'll get the meter on continuity mode. And if it has continuity, we'll hear a beep. Well, should, at least. There we go. Okay, had to mess around with the settings on the meter. So this should be live in, or... Unless I'm getting my polarity mixed around. It says neutral on the switch. Yeah, live would be... Unless they put the wire in the switch wrong. Which wouldn't surprise me. Okay, see you later. Let me check what time it is. Okay, I have about 20 minutes left until I end the stream. Okay, yeah, that is neutral. Okay, I'm just a little bit tired, I guess. Which, it is getting a bit late, so makes sense. Or wait, no, yeah, the fuse is not blown. Okay. Which is what was originally theorized. Okay. Let's break into this motor now. Let's see here. Now, neutral is going to be fused on the motor. Your neutral wire goes here. Your thermal fuse is hiding up in there. And look at this, though. The zip ties aren't really even yellowed. At least it doesn't look like they are. Let me see if I can locate my side cutters. Or actually, I have... See if these work. A little bit overkill. There we go. And I'll cut this zip tie too. Look at that. Just a little bit of yellowing on those zip ties. So this motor really did not get hot at all. At least not for very long. I can get in here and get to that thermal fuse. So I almost guarantee that's what's wrong. Yeah, so it's snaked up in here. In fact, let me get down in here. Zoom in so y'all can see. Thermal fuse is going to be in there. And I am just going to cut this one end off of it, actually. So I can get into there. And there's the thermal fuse. This little guy is probably our culprit. Still have the meter on continuity check. Beep. So put one clip there, and let's see. Yep. So that's our culprit. It's a thermal fuse. Just as I thought. So for now, I'm going to perform a thermal fuse bypass. Now, if you're going to do this properly, you're going to want to buy another thermal fuse and fix it up so it's fused again. But just for testing purposes, I'm going to bypass the fuse and just wire it up directly. Trim down a piece of insulation here. I'm just going to use the insulation that's in the motor. Use the lead of the thermal fuse and just tie it around. Now ideally, this motor should be functional. I don't have zip ties on hand at the moment to tie that back down, so it's just going to sit a little loose. We'll make sure it does not come in contact with the rotor. Get two of the motor screws in. And eventually I want to do an actual proper video doing this. I tried once before with that purple fan, but there ended up being way too many jump cuts, so I just scrapped that video. Okay. Motors back together. The issue has been removed. Let's plug this puppy in and see what it does. I don't have my current meter on me either, but based off the condition of the windings, I mean, the zip ties weren't like even brittle. I'm almost certain that this thing is fine. So we'll start on high. And there we go. It runs. Low, medium, high, and off. Cool. I guess for the time being, I'll just reassemble the whole fan so it's put away and I can get back to it another day. One last thing that I have strewn across the workbench. If I can locate the last motor screw, that is. Oh, it's right there. Oh. Do I actually have the... And go figure, just as they say without a hitch. I put the top motor bell housing on 90 degrees off. Whoops. Almost without a hitch. I always do this too. Okay, make sure that this is actually lined up properly this time, which it is. How's audio sound, by the way? Because I don't have audio on my monitor, or else it'll do the infinite echo thing. I want to make sure. I remember when I tried streaming back on my iPhone 6S on my watch channel, that was just absolutely disastrous. I'm streaming on a... Okay, good to hear, it sounds fine. I'm streaming on an iPhone SE 3rd generation? No, 2nd generation. I can't remember. It's one of the newer SEs. Oh. Okay, well, I guess these really new ones have a extra bump here that I didn't notice. I need to accommodate for that. Well, shucks. In fact, I'll be right back. I'm gonna fetch my power tools. Okay. Back with power tools. Now, usually with this sort of stuff, I do like using hand tools. Just because, you know, thin, flimsy sheet metal and cast aluminum usually do not go well with impact drivers. So yeah, it's an impact driver. There we go, third time's the charm. Yeah, I never noticed that these motors have that little nub there. I'll have to see if that's new or not. Yeah, US patented. It's kind of slanted and off-center. See here. Looks like the capacitor screws along on this one. Well, got about 10 minutes left. Let's see if I can get this thing back together in that time frame. To try the blade out on this quick too and see if it has the startup sound that these motors are known for. At least I know them for. I think people usually just call them the large capacitor motor, which fair enough, yeah, big capacitor. Still working. Zoom out here. I'll give this a quick try. I doubt anything will come through on the microphone. Okay, maybe you did hear that. That was quite pronounced, actually. Hopefully it wasn't totally blowing on the mic, though. Yep. It's got that pronounced startup sound that these motors are known for. And now the blade's stuck. There we go. Unplug this. Set the blade up to the side. And I'll start getting this mounted back up on the frame. Yeah, if you're at least relatively competent with working with, or somewhat competent with, you know, working with electricity and a bit of soldering, really is a pretty quick and easy repair. I think what's really crazy is that as of, I think, next year, yeah, next year, this design will be 20 years old. This exact design of box fan with, I think, this cabinet design, motor, blade profile. Although the blade profile has changed a little bit. I have a 2005, I want to say. Let's see here. 2005 Galaxy box fan. And it has a slightly steeper pitched blade. So they have kind of cost reduced these, I guess you could say, a little bit since then. So I don't think these modern ones perform quite as well. The cool colors are not that terrible in terms of performance. They perform a bit better with their more aerodynamic guard. Yeah, you can see this thing's it's in sorry shape. I think it was dropped a few times actually. Yeah, getting near the end now. Just make sure I have my screws accounted for. Here they are. And there's a little out of frame, I apologize. Oh, chance to slip. Yeah, this frame is all warped and look how wavy like gravy the grill is up there. It's seen better days, even though it's only like 2 years old. Make for a good beater fan though. And I'm pretty sure these do fit perfectly in the windows in the house I live in. They do not fit full-size box fans, unfortunately. They're a bit too small. And there goes my screwdriver. Oh, and that startup you just heard would be the draft inducer on the water heater. A little sidetrack there. It's a 3 amp shaded pull motor on that sucker, which 3 amps, that's a little much. Sounds cool, but yeah, 3 amps for a shaded pull motor. They even make PSC draft inducer modules that draw, I think, like 0.5 of an amp or something like that, or maybe like 0.25 of an amp, quarter of an amp compared to 3 amps, which is crazy. Blades back on. Here's your modern Lasco logo, which is just kind of depressing. It's kind of just saying Lasco. It's not as fun as the their logo from the 60s, or even the one with like the wavy K. My favorite Lasco logo would probably be the 1960s one, the kind of funky looking one with the letters that are kind of up and down. Yeah, the modern Lasco logo is definitely kind of lackluster. Oh, jeez, so warped that the screw hole was lined up with the outer the inner casing. Excuse me. Any plans on filming the furnace blower fans you acquired recently? Oh yeah, those. Yeah, those. I might even do a series on the motors. They're Emerson motors. One is a 3rd horsepower and the other is a 1/6 horsepower. Now, for anyone that's on the 80s, 90s, 2000s Discord server, you will have seen these. I made a post, I'm pretty sure, on there. It's kind of under miscellaneous fans. The darker colored one was inspected, I think, like June something, 1963. And the other one does not have a date on it, but presumably it would have been from the same time period. Wow, this is horribly warped. Man, that's horrible. It is back together though. Well, almost. Finishing touch. Little, if I can get it on. Little knob. There we go. But yeah, regarding the those furnace blower fans, yeah, those will probably get videos eventually. Not sure what type, maybe a showcase or maybe some repair videos. But yeah, I'd say they're pretty noteworthy. They're very cool. I like the belt drive barrel fans. Belt drive stuff is kind of cool in general. I mean, this is belt drive. Granted, this stuff can be a little dangerous. I'm careful of this sort of stuff. This Automair here is belt drive. Almost guarantee the furnace is direct drive. Obviously, it's a newer Lennox unit. In fact, I'll move the tripod out of the way now because we're finished. It's over here and hope it doesn't fall. Wow, yeah, in fact, you can see how slanted that is. Oh man, yeah, this took a fall. I'm holding the camera level. In fact, there we go, level with the workbench. That's incredible. Yeah, wow. Is the blade gonna rub? I guess not. Okay. Yeah, the back guard. Yeah. All warped and sad. Let's fire this thing up. See what it sounds like. Well, I wish that wasn't on now, so you could actually hear this. We'll go for a start anyway. Let's see if you hear it. And it's rubbing. Okay. Well. Let's see here. Through sheer ingenuity, I have shoved a heatsink in between the guard to prevent the blade from rubbing, hopefully. Oh, and the draft inducer shut off. Let me shut this. Let me shut this guy off too. And we'll go for a start. Start on high. Here we go. It's loud, that's for sure. And it's moving a marginal amount of air. Turn it down to medium. It's also shaky. No surprise. And low. Yeah, not the biggest differences in speeds. Try to do a startup from low. I just push the guard in to stop it, I guess. Okay, here is a startup on low. Not quite as pronounced. Guess I'll go straight to high now. Here's your spin down. I'll fire it up once more. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop it actually so I can fire it up once more. Hear that startup sound once again. And then I'll probably end stream. So yeah, there we go. I thought the whole guard is like tilted. It's all warped and wow. Not a bad spin down. Original oil on this thing. It's your Lasco box fan grill spacer. They should patent that along with their air baffle for the motor. But yeah, I mean, 3733 or the B2200 or whatever it's called these days, but I still call it the 3733. So it looks like I've been live for 70 minutes. That's wow. I think this is the longest I've streamed for on any of my channels. I'd say this turned out pretty good. I'm glad how this live stream turned out. Thank you all for watching. If you made it to the end, it seems there's one person watching, because I think one of the viewers is counting as my monitor. Cool. So yeah. Thanks for sticking along the whole time. That's appreciated, the super fan man. But yeah, I think I'll end the stream here. So thanks for all sticking around. And, see you all in the next video or stream.